Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I think I'm live. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. I'm live. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Biancaneri Zone for. Let me see. Okay, I'm live. Welcome back for the post or like the day after live, usually, for the Freiburg game and a little bit of a look ahead um, to Sunday and next week because we only have one more week and then we have 2 weeks off with the international break. Not sure what kind of break it is. Is it just friendlies or is it Nations League, which is the same? It's still friendlies. I'm not sure about that because I don't really follow that. But we only have 3 games left before the break, and we start off with Sampdoria on Sunday. So yeah, uh, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will start off with talking about yesterday's game, obviously, because we won that game. But I think everybody had the same feeling. For once in the comment, it was steady in the comments. I think it was a win, but it didn't feel well. It felt like a win, but it didn't feel like, I don't know. Like the game ended, and I didn't feel good. That's all I need to say because it's 1-0. We won 1-0, you know. Um, but it didn't feel like a good win for so many reasons. First off, I said in my preview, I haven't watched Freiburg play. Like I haven't watched a single minute of Freiburg. I just read some stuff, and that's about it. That's it. I've never watched a Freiburg game probably in my life. But this season, never. I don't know. Inter lost. And that's what I said. I think I said it 3 weeks ago. This league is bad. Like it's not a good league, and people were trying to hype it up. It's a bad league. There's a lot of bad teams in it. So it is what it is. But yeah, Freiburg. So we won, but I wasn't overly pleased because um, besides the first 8 minutes. Okay, the first 8 minutes, I was like, oh, the midfield is it's not really working. It wasn't working. But other than that, like Freiburg are poor. Like I want to be nice. That's probably the worst team we played this season thus far. I thought Monza gave us a better game. Sampdoria away gave us a better game. Cremonese gave us a tougher game, in my opinion. Like Freiburg were really poor. I was shocked because they're sitting fourth in the German league. It's an accomplishment. Sitting fourth in any league. Oh, but they were bad, man. They were they were actually really really poor. We had acres of spaces in the middle between the lines. It was insane how many space we got to play between the lines, and that's why I'm frustrating and disappointed that it's only 1-0 because, and again, it's not that we created a lot of chances. That's my biggest issue as well. We didn't create clear cut open chances where you are like, oh man, how did we miss that? Or like, great save from the goalkeeper. That wasn't the case as well. And we've been saying it for a while. The only thing we had was possession, pressure, and a lot of space. But we didn't take advantage of that, and that's the most frustrating thing at this moment in time. Wait, let me get this out. Otherwise, and that's a frustrating part because we struggle. We struggle to create clear cut chances consistently, and that's my fear. My fear is we left Freiburg alive. Like we have given him hope. We have given them hope. 1-0. Look at the goal that got disallowed. It was a handball, but it could easily be not a handball. It could have been off his thigh. And then what? Then it's 1-1. And that's what I'm thinking for the return leg. Like a stupid thing, and you're not at home, you're away from home, and you know what could happen. Is there an excuse? No, because I've seen Freiburg. They will probably be better at home. With their own fans, they cannot be worse than this. But there cannot be no excuse because I've seen them play yesterday, and it's the worst team we faced all season. Like they had absolutely nothing. And what pissed me off the most is we went 1-0 up, and I was like, okay, not today, because we are in full control. We have possession. We are the better side. We're putting them under pressure consistently. I'm like, we are going to go for it today. Like, for once, we are just going to go for it, and we're going to go for the kill. That didn't happen. We conceded. We got saved by the VAR. I'm like, okay, now we're going to kick on, It was a warning shot, and I was like, okay, back to business, get it done, get that second goal, and probably wrap it up. And we didn't do that. After that, we actually gave the ball to Freiburg, and the messed up part is we gave them the ball, and they were like, we have no idea what to do with it. They had no idea what to do with it, and that made me even more mad, because I was like, take control of that game anymore, because they have no clue what they're doing. They came into town hyped, but they didn't really show up, and it's only 1-0, and it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't fill me with hope. Now, you might say that wasn't the worst part of the season, of the game, because Chiesa came on, and everybody knows what happened. Now, the news is that he has no injury, and it will be assessed day to day. Now, if you look back at that injury, or whatever you want to call it, it looked bad. And knowing the club, I'm not sure if he's going to play before the international break, significant amount of minutes. Now, Sandro's completely out until the World Cup. Di Maria, he will probably be ready for Freiburg. But even with Di Maria, you can see, I'm going to say around the 70th minute, he was done. Like, he was getting really, really exhausted. And that's fine for a player of his age, playing in that position, also dropping deep most of the time to pick up the ball. It's normal. And you can see he was losing a bit of, how do you want to say that, side of the field. Like, he was losing the ball a bit too much. Now, we knew that was going to happen. You cannot hold that against a player, You cannot say he cannot play 90 minutes, because he can. We know that. That's why I said in the last summer, fine, you get Di Maria, but what's the backup plan? We have no backup plan. And going into next season, that's why I want him to stay, because we have no backup plan. He is plan A, B, C, D, whatever. We have nothing. And that's where I'm sitting with all the rest. Like, Danilo gets a new deal, and I'm like, 25 is way too long. Maybe a season, but the next man up should be in the squad. He should be taking over a younger player. We don't have that. That's the biggest issue we have, because we are renewing older players because we have no backups. We have no plan B. That's the biggest issue. If you look at Real Madrid, they have Camavinga, they have all those players. I'm not saying those level of players we need to have, but you need to have plan Bs. We don't have that, And if Di Maria is off that pitch, you can see it. Like, you can see it. You can play Inter, you can play Cremonese, you can play whatever, like Ascoli in Serie B. If Di Maria is not on that pitch, you can see that for this club, for this Juve side, going forward, there's nothing. Like, it's that. Like, it is what it is. When he's not clicking, nothing is clicking for us. So that's also a worry. But again, I recorded my preview for the Sampdoria game because I'm out tomorrow. I'll say it now. There cannot be an excuse for Sunday, because Sampdoria they're bad. Like, I predicted them to go down. If you look at that squad, you might understand why I predicted it. They're not good. With or without Di Maria, you should be beating Sampdoria at home without any problems. Will it go like that? Probably not. No, probably not. But you should be beating Sampdoria at home. It is what it is, even without Di Maria. But yeah, apparently he's okay. Chiesa is kind of okay. Sandro is down for a couple of weeks. So that's that. That's a side note of that game. But other than that, I don't know. I thought Danilo was great yesterday. Or like, on the ball, he was good, because defensively, there wasn't much to do, if you're being completely honest. It was quite easy to defend, in my opinion. I thought Locatelli defensively was unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. Tackles, recovery, everything was spot on. in that position was needed because that was lacking in my opinion. So he had a good game in my opinion. Di Maria played well. Vlahovic, I'm not gonna say I'm starting to lose faith in him, but we talk about putting him in a better position, and I'm still on that stand. But I think everybody can recall that counterattack, and he was running towards, I forgot the player's name, but he was on a yellow card as well. And he was running towards that player, and he just runs straight at him. When he had acres of space to the right, I don't know who was following him, but he could have played it to the left as well. And he just runs into the Freiburg defender, and I'm like, this guy, like Dusan, he's playing with no confidence at all. Like, he's just going out there because he's being put out there, but he has no idea what he's doing. You know, nothing is coming off. Like, easy passes, movement in the box, improved the second half, but like, he's having a very, very bad period, you know, and it's getting to the point where it's sad to watch, you know, for him and for us, because we need him. Like, we need his goals, especially now Di Maria's not there. Chiesa's not there. We need his goals, and we are not getting any goals from them now. You know, we're not getting even chances. He's not even missing chances. Let me see. I see a comment. I will bring it up because I don't. Anthony saying, I disagree with your view of Cuadrado yesterday. He had some attacking intent, but defensively poor. His final ball was bad and gave away the ball in dangerous position. Him and Bonucci were poor. Did I say? What did I say? Did I say Cuadrado was great? No, right? I said in my preview that, or in my match reaction, that was probably his best game, and I still believe that was his best game ever since that Napoli game from, I don't know, 2 seasons ago, basically. After that, I did not say he had a great game or a perfect game. I said he had his best game in a very long time, and I will stand with that. He did, you know, because he finally beat this man. He was better on the ball, because I've seen much, much worse than Cuadrado. That's all I said. I didn't say he was fantastic or whatever. I know what he is, Cuadrado, and I'd rather have him not on the pitch because I know what he is now. But I didn't say he's great. I just said he had his best game in a very long time, you know, which can still mean he wasn't fantastic, because the standard is for him, well, he set the bar so low. It's not difficult to top that, basically, to be better. That's all I said. But I don't think he was great or any. I don't think he said that. What was I talking about now? I forgot what it is. Oh, Vlahovic, yeah. Yeah. Just nothing. Like, nothing is coming off for him, and it's a worry. It's in his head. Like, it's not getting in his head. It's just in his head now. I still believe in him. But he needs to clear his mind, you know. And yes, you can say the cliche thing, like, he needs a goal and he will get it right. At this moment in time, the goal is not coming, so he needs to find another way to clear his mind and get going again. In terms of just be positive, because it, like, when you look at him, it doesn't feel positive. Like, if you look at him, it feels like there's a lot of negative vibes, like his body language and all those things. When he comes off, you can see he's very frustrating. And you can see that on the pitch, like, he's frustrating me, you, probably some of his teammates. They're not going to admit it, but like, basic things are not coming off for him, but that's a big issue, because he is your main guy up top, and he's out there on his own now, because Keane is suspended, Milik is still injured, Chiesa's not there, Di Maria will probably not be there. It's going to be on him on Sunday, and he needs to deliver, so he better clears his mind, because there's no time. There's no time for us and for him at this point. Chris is saying Vlahovic just possesses that it factor. He has it. Someone needs to unlock him. He's 6'3" and runs like a deer. My God, the potential is there. Yeah, I will not back. I will not back down from that. I still think the potential is there, you know, because I've seen it with my own eyes. You know, I know what he's not, because people are asking him to do things. He just can't. And you can say, oh, but those are the basic things. We knew that when we got him. Like, you cannot complain now. You cannot be hyped when we got him and now be like, oh, but he cannot do this, this, and this. We knew that. We knew what we were going to get. And I'm still okay with it. Did we overpay? I'll repeat it. Yes. We overpaid for Bremer. We overpaid for Vlahovic. I will not back down from that. We are overpaying for a lot of players. It is what it is, you know. We needed Vlahovic. We got him. And now people are saying, oh, but his link-up play when he dropped deep is terrible. It was never good. Like, at Fiorentina, that was not his strength. So I don't understand why people are now... Because he's not scoring, you're focusing on that. That's the issue. At Fiorentina, he was scoring, and last season he was scoring, so nobody was really too fussed about it. But even last season, his link-up play was poor. It's now that there's no goals, and that's the only thing you can focus on, his play, and you can only see that. And yes, you're gonna say, oh, but he's not good in this, and he's not good in that. We knew that. He wasn't good at it at Fiorentina. He was just bagging goals like he did when he came for us in that small period, stretch, whatever, until the end of the season. So we're not really focusing on that aspect of his game weekly. We mentioned it, but it was like, okay, but he got a goal. So that's what I want for him. And yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I'm not going to, like, does he need to improve that? Yes, but I want goals from my striker. I want goals, because if he starts scoring goals, as he should be doing, his link-up play will automatically improve just purely based on confidence. It will improve. If the team plays better, it will look better. But now, you ask him to drop deep, link-up play. I've seen it so many times. He links up play, and then needs to make a run in the box, and when you look at the cross, it's one or two players. I was watching, before the Juve game, I was watching Union Berlin against Union, the Belgium side. And I remember there was a moment in the game, like a good 10 minutes or something, and Berlin was putting crosses into the box. I counted 6, 7 players in that box. And it was not a free kick. It was not a corner. It was just an in-game play. The cross came in, and there were like 5, 6 Berlin players in that box. If you take a frame, if Kostic puts a cross in the box, it's Vlahovic, it's maybe Rabiot trying to get into the box, and it's maybe or maybe not Di Maria Quadrado hovering in and around the box. That's it. It's ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yesterday, that goal, Di Maria came from a very not deep, very deep position, but he came from outside of the box because it was only Vlahovic. Now, Vlahovic created the space, but that's my point. When we cross, it's only Vlahovic, and he needs to be in the perfect position always to beat 4 or 5 defenders. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous the way we play. So I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. But yeah, I still believe it, man. I still believe it. Yesterday was his worst game since his return from injury. I think I've seen worse, to be honest. Let me see. Vlahovic is super competitive. You can see it, but yesterday he got it in his own head. Best thing fans can do is support him. Yeah, I think everybody saw the video where he was coming off, and then he was giving the ball. You know, he was on the sideline, and the part of the fans where the ultras said, they called him to the stands, and he went to there. They were singing his name, and he was, showing the badge, whatever, like the Danilo thing. I'll keep saying it. I do believe he's very honest because it's well documented, even before he came to Italy, that he wanted to play for this club. So I'm not gonna say, he will. Maybe he will leave, but I think if he will leave, it's more the club that will push him out because we need the money. Because I do believe it's actually a dream to play for this club, because you can look back at interviews when he was at Partizan. You can read those interviews. It is his dream to play for Juve. It was always part of his dream. So I'm not gonna be here and be like he's gonna throw his toys out of the pram. Like, I don't know. He doesn't strike me like that guy, but he is very frustrated at the moment. He just is. Johnny's saying at this point you can see the managers, players, fans all had enough of this season. Can't wait. The season is over. Yeah, yeah. Dusan needs to talk to Morata because when he was younger, he had the same problems. Yeah, he had a period, but then again, Morata still has those problems now. Like he has mental blocks. Even last season, that's why we got Vlahovic because he was missing sitter after sitter, if you can recall that. Haaland scored only 2 goals in 13 games, and he looks frustrated as Dusan. Yeah, but he also backed like a record amount of goals before that, and his team is playing better, so it's much easier to digest. But like he is going, he went quiet now, Haaland. But again, the previous run he had was absolutely ridiculous. So you couldn't keep up to that pace. That was never going to be the case. But yeah, that's a Vlahovic talk. But yeah, he needs to show up. He needs to show up on Sunday because that's all we have. And who knows? Maybe on Thursday against Freiburg, that's all we. That's all we might have. You know. Another player I want to talk about a little bit is Kostic because he was getting. I remember before the World Cup, he was getting a lot of. I'm not saying hate, like slander. I'm gonna say, and he wasn't playing well. But I kept saying people are expecting him to do things he can't do. He never did, and it was weird. You know, it was weird because he was. When we were linked with him in the summer, and actually in September, so before last summer, I said, I dropped his name. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. I just dropped his name. I was like, Kostic. It was a show with Julian. And then we were linked with him in the summer, and I was like, nice. Because Kiesa's not going to be fit. So I'm like, yeah, it's good to have him back, to have him. We need someone. And when Kiesa's back, he's a very good backup who can give you options formation-wise. So I'm like, that's good. When I said he's not a Chiesa type of player, like he's not that. He's not gonna take on players. He's not gonna drive the ball in the box. Like if you know what I mean, like Chiesa, like Di Maria. He's not that type of player. I said what Kostic will give you is hard work, 100% every single game, and he will give you output. He will give you numbers, no matter what, no matter the situation. And I do know people don't like it. Oh, it's just numbers, you know, and they like the more flary players. I kind of tend to agree with that. But as a backup or like a squad player, I was like, good, man. You know, if we can get numbers, and actually thank God we have him because the way we play, he is a gift from God, right? Basically, because if we didn't have him this season, we would have been in big trouble because we don't create, and he is the guy who can unlock games like he did yesterday. Like he is that guy because he has an amazing whip on the ball. Like his crosses they're just top quality. And that's the frustrating part is what I said a few minutes ago. When he crosses the ball in the box, so many times I just see Vlahovic out there or Rabiot strolling into it. I'm like, oh boy, how many times? I need to start write those down and show you the pictures, you know, and show you the frames because it happens so many times that he puts an amazing cross in the box and there's nobody there. And I'm like, how? Like, how is that even possible? Because you have one of the best crossers in Europe because that's what he is. Like, the numbers prove it. Go back his entire career. And how come that when he has the ball, you know what's going to happen. He can have a defender with him, against him, he's going to whip that ball in. Like, it's insane. I don't know how he does it, but he will whip that ball in even if he has two defenders in front of him, he will find a way to whip it in. And so many times I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's a crazy ball. That's quality. And there's just nobody. Like, there's nobody even there's nobody besides Vlahovic. It's not like, it goes over Vlahovic, too bad. You're like, so close. At times, there's just no one. There's no one home. Like, it's, where is everybody? Which is unbelievable insane. Because if you don't have a style of play, a pattern of play, whatever, the easiest thing to do is tell Kostic to whip it in and just fill that box with players, and surely one will get at the end of it. We don't do that. Look at the goal. We don't do that. Absolutely insane. On top of that, we have moments in the game, like yesterday in the first half, where we act like he's not on that pitch. Like for some reason, we play completely right-sided, obviously because Di Maria is there. But Di Maria ignores Cuadrado, so I'm like, okay, what's the point? Just switch it to Kostic then, and try something different. Because the moment we did that in the second half, we became more dangerous. But he's having a great season. I think 12 goal involvements, 10 assists, 2 goals. I think he had 1 assist for Frankfurt as well before he left, right? And it wasn't the super. No, it wasn't. I thought he had. But for us, 12 goal involvements, 10 assists, 2 goals. Yeah, great. At this pace, you will probably end up with a 17 goal involvements, which is an amazing output. I'll take that any day of the week. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But I wanted to bring him up because I wanted to give him some credit because he got some hate, and I do understand if people don't like Kostic the way he operates. I fully understand that because you're probably not gonna go to the stadium to watch Kostic, if you know what I mean. But in a team that's struggling, he will deliver most of the games, and he's having a very, very good moment. Very good. Now Chiesa's quote unquote hurt. I don't know if he's gonna be ready for Freiburg. It's a very positive thing that he's having a very good moment, Kostic, I guess. Anthony saying expected so much from Freiburg yesterday. I expected more, but yeah, they were poor. They were extremely poor. I don't feel good about winning by only 1 goal. I said they play like we usually do. Yeah, I agree. That's my fear because we kept them alive and we should have just finished the job. Away, it can be a completely different game. They will come at us at home. They will, That's what they're gonna do because they have nothing to lose. They have absolutely nothing to lose. They need to come for us, and we are fragile at the back if people come for us. That's why I was shocked that they didn't do that yesterday. They were really poor. So I don't know if they're going to leave so much space next Thursday. But the first thing Allegri said in his presser after the win said, we need to exploit the space they're going to give us. Because yesterday, they gave us so much space between the lines. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It's been a very long time that I've seen us play a team that gave us so much space. Between the lines, they were just completely disconnected, especially in that first half, the last part, and this first part of the second half. It was just ridiculous. I'm positive you will do better in Germany. Oh, okay. Excuse me. It's getting very late over here. I'm not that positive. I think we need to win. I think we just need to finish it off over there. But I think it's going to be a very, very, very long night in Freiburg. I just have a weird feeling, just the season, the way it's going. I don't know. They are better than Nantes, by the way. they might not have looked like that yesterday, but away to Nantes, it was just a freak, You're not going to get every game in Europe away from home. You're not going to get a worldie, a pen goal, and a red card within 20 minutes. The game was done. It was done. So that's probably not going to happen against Freiburg. You need to be very solid over there. And again, exploit the space they're going to give you because they are going to give space. From what I've seen, they leave a lot of space. It's just up to us to take advantage of those spaces. But I believe it's going to be a very, very long, very, very long night over there. It's just a feeling I have. So, yeah. I covered everything I wanted to cover, I think. Oh, no. Obviously not. Pogba. Pogba. I want to talk about Pogba before I wrap it up because he is back and he's not back. He was finally back. I think everybody was hyped that he was back. Everybody was excited that he was back, and then the news comes out that he came late for the team meeting and he will be dropped. He will not be on the bench, and you're like, ugh, surely not. Like, why? Like, how? Now, I'm gonna say this: he was late. Those are the rules. You fine him. You don't play him. 100%. But the only thing I said was, I will put him on the bench. I will tell the group in front of the group, he will be fine. He will not play a single minute. He will not even do the warm-ups, whatever. He will be on the bench because at this moment in time, I think every single drama that we can avoid around the club is good, because there's non-stop drama with this club for about 2 years now. It's getting ridiculous. We didn't need to add this, in my opinion. He was wrong. Fine, give him a fine. Excuse me. Don't play him tomorrow on Thursday. Don't play him at all. But try to keep it in house. You might say it will still leak, maybe yes. But like when he's there, you can still play it off and be like, we didn't want to risk him. Blah blah blah. It just added more drama. It added more pressure. It added more, whatever you want to call it, things the club and the players, everybody could miss. Now, the moment that happened, I was like, he's going to start against Sampdoria. And that's what I believe. I think he's going to start against Sampdoria because that's something Allegri will do. I'll make an example of you. You're fine. You get a fine, bench, whatever, not in the squad, but you're going to start against Sampdoria. I do believe he's going to get his first start against Sampdoria. That's just my personal opinion. Tomorrow, at 2 is Allegri's presser. So let's see if he will give something away. But he's going to rotate, because there's nobody left up top. So surely we're going to see Sule get some minutes. Like, I don't know what happened to that kid because he completely disappeared. Junior was injured, but he's back. So not sure why he's not getting any minutes anymore. But we will see. We will see some changes on Sunday for sure. Some, forced, and some just by decision, by choice. Because we have no choice. We play so many games. But yeah, that's that basically. I covered everything. Also, because people are asking, Julian, Justin, they're very busy, so it's just me. But I'm working on something new, something excited. So stay tuned for that. That will probably, I don't know how soon, but it's gonna be something fun, something completely different, something I'm looking forward to. So stay tuned for that. I think soon podcast will be back with Julian when he has some more time. Members will come on more often because I'm super busy, but I'm trying to figure it out how and when. But that will be back soon. Also because international break, we'll try to do some different fun stuff. If nobody else has any questions, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I covered everything I wanted to cover, I guess. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Freiburg, Sampdoria, Pogba. Yeah, nothing else happened. That was about it. So if there are no other questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the preview tomorrow. I pre-recorded it, so keep that in mind. Don't be in the comments, Allegri said this. I don't know what Allegri said. I pre-recorded it because I'm out. 10 toes down as Miretti won 90 minutes fit. Nah, I think that was obvious yesterday, he was struggling. I saw some good things, but I also saw some bad things from Miretti. He's not... I'll give it away. My preview said I think he will start. I think he will get minutes because we play so many games. You play Sampdoria at home. There's no excuse. I think he's going to rest one of Fagioli or Locatelli. Probably Locatelli. But I think Miretti will get some good minutes against Sampdoria. But he's not 90 minutes fit. He isn't. He's not. But it's good to have him back. We need all the players we have, you know, basically we do. But he's not 100% fit. I do believe. Where was I? Oh yeah. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, check out the preview tomorrow, and match reaction on Sunday. And then yeah, nothing else to add. Thanks for joining on this Friday night. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you back on Sunday.